Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Brijesh Kumar from IMT College of Management, Greater Noida. Today we are going to discuss about quality measurement statistical process control under paper operation management. So students, let us see what we are going to learn in this module. To understand the basic concept on quality and statistical process control, to understand various tools used in SPC, to understand various application of SPC, quality measurement statistical process control, SPC, evaluation of SPC, the quality construct, animation, understanding statistical process control, YouTube, various functions of statistical process control, limitations, applications. First, statistical process control SPC are set of quality improvement methods developed in industrial setting and more recently generalized for medical processes. Attention is directed to the control chart. SPC's primary tools used to evaluate process variations. The control chart's logical and statistical conditions are reviewed. SPC encompasses a set of improvement methods used to understand, monitor, and improve process performance over time. Udwal to 2011. Quality measurement statistical process control. It incorporates statistical, analytic, and managerial process that first organize team support for the improvement process. Second, model the specific production process. Third, specify a quality measurement strategy. Fourth, monitor process variation using control chart. Fifth, identify special cause associated with non-random time series. And sixth, control production through the elimination of special causes. An extensive body of the literature document the success application of SPC to improve different type of industrial processes in different countries, spanning 7 decades. Walton in 1986, SPC tools are usually friendly and can be managed on the production line. One expert writes, "This is not a theory. This has been proven time after time." Wheeler 2001. Quality measurement statistical process control. However, question remains about the robust nature, operation, and appropriate analysis of control chart. Perhaps the most prominent of SPC's statistical tool, control charts, enable visual and statistical analysis of time series data. As a descriptive tool, the control chart enables the practitioner to visually monitor patterns in the production process. As an inferential tool, the control chart establishes baseline, and as additional data are added during subsequent observation, probability tests are applied to distinguish special from common cause. When the data series has been shown to the stable or controlled, prediction intervals can be calculated. The control charts uses historical observation to infer to future production outcomes. Quality measurement statistical process control. Involvement of SPC. The two people recognized for having developed and prompted SPC worldwide are Walter Schwarz and W. Edwards Demings in 1950 and 1982. Schwartz's seminal work on SPC was published in 1931. Although his work at Bell Telephone Laboratories introduced the control chart concept in 1924, Schwarz developed the fundamental logic SPC, advanced measurement practices, and developed control chart method. Demings contributed in the areas of sampling theory and research design. However, he is also recognized for incorporating management theory and promoting worldwide dissemination of SPC through his work to rebuild industry in post-war Japan. Demings is frequently cited for his 14 points for management, which include the elimination of the MOS inspection and work standard that prescribed quotas and numerical goals. Wheeler in 1995. Quality measurement statistical process control. Demings considered improvement of fundamental personal and corporate value that requires constancy of purpose at all times and in all aspects of production. He assigned responsibility for product quality to corporate management, estimating that 80 to 85% of all product related quality problems involve production system. Dever in 1992. Deming is also recognized for placing emphasis on consumer perspective in the determination of quality. He considered the consumer an essential part of the production line, emphasizing that products should respond to consumer needs present and future. Deming in 1982. SPC has conceptual tools for probability theory. Schwartz and Deming, however, distinguish SPC from traditional statistics in their discussion of analytic and enumerative research. Deming in 1950. Analytic studies use practical methods that respond to environmental realities apparent in many industrial processes. They infer to a future production process for the purpose of assigning process capability. The analytic study has no fixed statistics inferential population, rather it infers to a future process. In contrast, enumerative studies have a well-defined population that provides an inferential target using traditional sampling method. Enumerative studies represent pure scientific research carried out under controlled conditions. The analytic enumerative distinguishes SPC from other qualitative methods and provides a framework for understanding its application. For example, using a smaller sample inferring to future process population and preferences for managerial programmatic over statistical purism. The quality construct. Quality has been defined in the engineering sense as fitness for use, referring to the product's ability to achieve its intended purpose. The language derivation in from the Latin word qualitas means the kind or how constituted. Quality has also been defined as any of the features that make something what it is or the degree of excellence that a thing possesses. New Word Dictionary, second edition. The first, the quantity can be evaluated from both objective and subjective perspective. In important, each perspective requires a different measurement strategy. Objective quality can be reliably measured independent of time and in the abstract has a constant value. Subjective quality is more difficult to measure given differences in perceived value based on individual proscally. Objective measurement in more concrete and directly observable, while subjective measurement relies on indirect method of observation. An example of measuring objective quality would include counting the number of sketches on a paint surface or reporting consumer queue time. An example of indirect measurement of subjective quality include consumer or patient satisfaction. Objective and subjective quality measurement require different approaches, although the same product or service may be evaluated using both. Subjective quality represent a construct or abstract variable. Construct vary in complexity and may have fuzzy edges, making them difficult to measure. Constructs also vary by the number of observable variables related to their domain and how well defined the indicator variable are. Normally 1978. Subjective constructs tend to have larger domains and be associated with variables having different degree of association with the underlying domain. This means that subjective quality will likely to be measured less reliable and with greater error challenging constructability. Quality measurement, statistical process control. Animation, understanding statistical process control. Quality measurement, statistical process control. Fifth, various functions of statistical process control. Objective analysis of variation. SPC must be practiced in two phases. The first phase is in initial establishment of the process, and the second phase is the regular production use the process. In the second phase, a decision of the period to be examined must be made developing upon the change in 4M condition. 4M means man, machine, material and method, and wear rate of parts used in the manufacturing process. Machine parts, jigs and fixture. Emphasis on early detection. An advantage of SPC over other methods of quality control such as inspection is that emphasize earlier detection and prevention of problems rather than the correction of problems after they have occurred. Increasing rate of production. In addition to reducing waste, SPC can lead to reduction in the time required to produce the product. SPC makes it less likely the finished product will need to be reworked. Limitations. SPC is applied to reduce or eliminate process waste. This in turn eliminates the need for the process step of post-manufacture inspection. The success of SPC relies not only on the skill with which it is applied, but also on how suitable or amenable the process is to SPC. In some causes, it may be difficult to judge when the application of SPC is appropriate. Any source of variation at any point of time in a process will fall into one of two classes. First, common causes, sometimes referred to as non-assignable normal sources of variation. It refers to many sources of variation that consistently acts on process. These types of causes produce a stable and repeatable distribution over time. Second, special causes, sometimes referred to as assignable sources of variation. It refers to any factor causing variation that affects only some of the process output. They are often intermittent and unpredictable. Most processes have many sources of variation. Most of them are minor and may be ignored if the dominant sources of variation are identified. However, resources for the change can be focused on them. If the dominant assignable sources of variation are detected potentially, they can be identified and removed. Once removed, the process is said to be stable. When a process is stable, its variation should remain within a known set of limits, that is, at least until another assignable source of variation occurs. Quality measurement, statistical process control. Western firm emphasized on the continuous quality improvement using systematic approach that significantly improve the quality and cost, especially in the manufacturing setups. Later in 1990s, a full understanding of the process connected to careful selection of the most suitable approaches lead to the implementation of the total quality management concept. The requirements of the customers will act as input to the all functional areas as represented in the conceptual model. The output of one functional department may act as input to or more others functional departments. This view of quality demand that the quality of products and services can be achieved by total quality management involving all the people in the manufacturing system. Realizing the importance of the total quality management concept in improving quality and productivity, an attempt has been made in this study to discuss the various aspects of total quality management. Application of non-manufacturing process. In 1988, the Software Engineering Institute suggested that SPC could be applied to non-manufacturing process, such as software engineering process in the Capability Maturity Model (CMM). The Level 4 and Level 5 practices of the Capability Maturity Model integration (CMMI) use this concept. The notion that SPC is useful tool when applied to non-repetitive knowledge-intensive process such as research and development or systems engineering has encountered skepticism and remains controversial. In 2014, a method for data validation of measurement data based on SPC was tried out. The method enables the user to validate data containing statistic wave components, process noise, a requirement when working on hydropower plants where slowly damping surges are abundant during normal operation. The application of SPC involves three main phases of activity. First, understanding the process that the specification limits. Second, eliminating assignable sources of variation so that the process is stable. Third, monitoring the ongoing production process assisted by the use of control charts to detect significant changes of mean or variation. Terminology and definitions. Control charts. The data from measurement of variation at point on the process map is monitored using control chart. Control chart attempts to differentiate assignable sources of variation from common sources. Common sources, because they are an expected part of the process, are of much less concern to the manufacturer than assignable sources. Using control charts is a continuous activity ongoing over time. Digital control charts use logic-based rules that determine derived values which signal the need of correction. For example, derived value equal to lost value plus average absolute difference between the lost n numbers. Stable process. When the process does not trigger any of the control chart detection rules for the control chart, it is said to be stable. A process capability analysis may be performed on a stable process to predict the ability of the process to produce conforming product in the future. Extensive variation. When the process triggers any of control charts detection rules, other activities may be performed to identify the source of the excessive variation. The tools used in these extra activities include Sequoia diagram, designed experiments, and Pareto charts. Designed experiments are a means of objectively quantifying the relative importance of source of variation. Once the source of variation have been quantified, action may be taken to reduce or eliminate them. Methods of eliminating a source of variation might include development of standards, stuff, training, errors, proofing, and changes the process itself or its inputs. Process capability index. In process improvement efforts, the process capability index or process capability ratio is a statistical measure of process capability, the ability of process produce output within specification limits. The concept of process capability only holds meaning for processes that are in a state of statistical control. Process capability indices measures how much natural variations a process experiences relative to its specification limits and allow different processes to be compared with respect to how well an organization controls them. If the upper and lower specification limits of the process are USL and LSL, the target process mean is capital T. The estimated mean of the process is an estimated variability of the process, expressed as a standard deviation, is then commonly expected. Process capability indices include. First we find CP, which equal to USL minus SL upon 6 sigma, where sigma is the standard deviation, estimates what the process is capable of producing at the process mean, where to be centered between the specification limits, assumes process output is approximately normally distributed. Next we find Cp lower equal to mu minus LSL upon 3 sigma, where sigma is the standard deviation, estimate process capability. Next Cp upper USL minus mu divided by 3 sigma, estimates process capability for specification that consist of an upper limits. Next we find the Cpk equal to minimum of these two, Cp lower and Cp upper, estimates whether the process is capable of producing. Next we find Cpm equal to Cp divided by under root 1 plus mu minus T upon sigma whole square, estimate process capability around a target T. And last we find Cpm equal to Cp upon under root 1 plus mu minus T upon sigma whole square, estimates process capability around a target capital T. Quality assurance. Quality assurance is a way of preventing mistakes or defects in manufactured products and avoiding problems when delivering solutions or services to customers, which ISO 90,000 defines as part of quality management focused on providing confidence that quality requirements will be fulfilled. This defects prevention in quality assured differ subtly from defect detection and rejection of quality control and has been referred to as a shift left as it focuses on quality earlier in the process. Quality assurance is applied to physical product in pre-production to verify what will be made meets specifications and requirements, and during manufacturing production runs by the validating that lot samples meet specified quality control. Quality assurance is also applied to software to verify that features and functionality meet business objective and that code is relatively bug-free prior to shipping or releasing new software product and versions. Quality assurance comprises administrative and procedural activities implemented in a quality system so that requirements and goals for a product, service or activity will be fulfilled. It is the systematic measurement, comparison with a standard monitoring of processes and an associated feedback loop that confirms error prevention. This can be contrasted with quality control, which is focused on process output. Two principles include in quality assurance are fit for purpose. The product should be suitable for the intended purpose and right first time. Mistakes should be eliminated. Quality assurance include management of the quality of raw material, assemblies, product and components, services related to production and management, production and inspection processes. Suitable quality is determined by product users, client or customers, not by society. In general, it is not related to cost, and adjectives or description such as high and poor are not applicable. For example, a low priced product may be viewed as having high quality because it is disposable, whereas another may be viewed as having poor quality because it is not disposable. Stochastic control or stochastic optimal control is a subfield of control theory that deal with the existence of uncertainty either in observation or in the noise that drives the evaluation of the system. The system designer assumes in a Bayesian probability driven fashion that random noise with known probability distribution affects the evaluation and observation of the state variables. Stochastic control aims to design the time path of the controlled variables that performs the desired control task with minimum cost somehow defined. Despite the presence of this noise, the context may be either discrete time or continuous time. Reliability engineering is engineering that emphasizes dependability in the life cycle management of a product. Dependability or reliability describes the ability of a system or component to function under stated conditions for a specified period of time. Reliability may also describe the ability to function at a specified moment or interval of time. Reliability engineering represents a discipline with system engineering. Reliability is theoretically defined as the probability of success, as the frequency of failure, or in terms of availability, as a probability derived from reliability, testability, and maintainability. Testability, maintainability, and maintenance are often defined as a part of reliability engineering. In reliability program, reliability plays a key role in the cost effectiveness of system. Reliability engineering deals with the estimation, prevention, and management of high level of lifetime engineering, uncertainty, and risk of failure. Although stochastic parameters define and affect reliability, according to some expert authors on reliability engineering, reliability is not achieved by mathematics and statistics. Six Sigma is a set of techniques and tools for process improvement. It was introduced by engineer Bill Smith while working at Motorola in 1986. Jack Welch made it central to his business strategy at General Electric in 1995. Today, it is used in many industrial sectors. Six Sigma seeks to improve the quality of the output of process by identifying and removing the causes of defect and minimizing variability. In manufacturing and business processes, Six Sigma set of quality management methods, mainly empirical statistical method, and create a special infrastructure of people within the organization who are experts in these methods. Each Six Sigma project carried out within an organization follows a defined sequence of steps and has specific value targets. For example, reduce process cycle time, reduce population, reduce cost, increase customer satisfaction, and increase profits. Process Window Index (PWI) is a statistical measure that quantifies the robustness of manufacturing process. Example, one which involves heating and cooling, known as a thermal process. In manufacturing industry, PWI values are used to calibrate that heating and cooling. So students, let us summarize what we have learned in this module. First, understood the basic concept on quality and statistical process control. Second, understood various tools used in SPC. Third, understood various applications of SPC. Thank you.